Is cuma cinis tá si bheith tá fircin fáilte roh go léir go dtí an cóisiir seo. Mahan héin mar uachtarán héin is san saifhín me bhain céile. Tá súlam go bhfuil si bheith buint teanna bhas an tróna agus mar a gúirt mar a dúra chána tántálinn faoin aimse. May I just say, first of all, Sabina and I would just like to welcome you all this afternoon. And I hope you have the look as if you're already enjoying yourselves. So we're delighted about that. And as I have just said in Irish, we've been fortunate with the weather. I often think about it. If we didn't have the weather to talk about in Ireland, what would we talk about here? But there's one tune that is forbidden here during this 8th series, and that's, with the greatest respect to Dean Martin, we're not praying for rain so the grapes will grow, because we have enough wine, I hope, for all of you already. So we're very, very much welcome the fact that we have a wonderful afternoon and you have so much to see. I will say straight away that we put on these garden parties with the greatest of cooperation and assistance from the OPW, but from the staff of the ORAS, who provide such a wonderful reception for everybody in different ways, and they look forward to this season, I'm better said, with enthusiasm, but at least whether or not they do so with fantastic kindness and generous welcome to everybody. And then, like for example this year, 2019, we're still in the decade of centenaries. So you'll have an opportunity of seeing, for example, the Transport Museum help us by providing us with the tram that's celebrating Jim Larkin and the trade union movement in the beginning of the wonderful. We have, of course, I gave a lecture on the lockout, but then farther down you'll see we celebrate the Acorn, which is a commissioned piece of sculpture to celebrate 1916, and then the 16 birch trees, which is in honour of all those who were executed after 1916. And across the way you will see the Starry Plough, which is a tribute to Sean O'Casey. So what it is in many cases we do in these, this is the Áras an Uachtaráin, the house, the gardens, all of these, the walled garden, which has at the moment is in great bloom thanks to I think a wonderful Geraldine, who has made a great effort with peonies and lupins and everything, and then all the other. So the house, which is the house of the President of Ireland, is open to you all. And as I said, this particular garden party is stressing all the families and all its different forms, as you have just heard. You are also particularly welcome. I do want to say as well as that, amongst the community here that are gathered this afternoon, there are families who are carrying special burdens and so on. And I'd like to say, as President of Ireland, none of what their burdens that they carry should be confined to them. They should be shared by us all. And I hope you take the opportunity of talking to each other and exchanging experiences. And I looked at the list, and you've come from all corners of Ireland. So it's come as a partnership at Ofirkin Fóintear of Iliog. I also think as well that, as I said, it makes it so wonderful. You can see only a few days ago we had to resort to Plan B when we had to contract all our activities back. But you have been lucky today, because and take full advantage of it. You've been able to see all of what I have described and much more. But the other part about it is why we have every year a garden party that concentrates on family. It is within the families that vulnerabilities are experienced. It is within families that you can have the space to have a good row. It's within families you can have the space to have unconditional love, and so on. But the family should never be a boundary. It isn't the case that we put our boundaries at the edges of families. Families are what is actually makes possible for communities. And then, of course, we have effectively what it is, the human family. The human family, which, for example, is threatened at the present time. It's a shared threat from climate change. So we have to stretch our concerns we experience our securities within families, but we stretch our concerns beyond any boundaries towards including the human family in all its variety, in its magnificent opportunities and its talents and its variety and its culture and its vulnerabilities. And as well as that, the great news to see about all these young children here, it is exciting for me as president to know that the young generation will all be better informed about the climate we live in and the vulnerabilities that we share. And then, of course, as well, people come and be with us from different forms of collectivity now, making a rich tapestry for our times, where we've welcomed so much diversity and we're all so much richer for it. So, whatever your generation and whatever your background and however you came to be with us this afternoon, I want to say I hope you're having a wonderful time. This is the time when, if you like, the gardens and the house of the President of Ireland is entirely open to you, and all of the spaces will become sites, I hope, of relaxation and enjoyment and fun and exploration. So thank you for being with us. You've already been hearing some of our entertainers, which this afternoon, our MC is Laura Woods, and you will have Conor McKeown, and the Legends of Swing will have every part of you moving very, very shortly. And then you have the Maynooth Gospel Choir, and the Clondalkin Brass Band, the Atkinson family that you've been listening to, and Colm O'Haragon, who have been entertaining us already. I just want to say, enjoy every bit of it. And I think that as well as that, I also want to say there's so many people who make this possible for us. I've mentioned some, which is always very dangerous in case I leave people out. For example, we have the magnificent Dee Rogers and a crew who produces this excellent sound, which is the envy of Europe. He's over there somewhere. There he is. I thought he had been overcome by humility for a moment and had gone away. Then there are our friends in John Gods who prepare the invitations that have gone out to you, the Gardaí, our civil defence colleagues, the tour guides who will answer any question you have in relation to what is available to you. Everybody has worked very hard for the one purpose of you having a joyful and happy occasion. So, buin Chanavas an lá, is a rís míle buicas as a tíogas féil in Trónóna, tá súlam go minish of saltas, is comála sin, gim gacrach ag spánach dar it an tauki. I so wish you all health and happiness and joy with each other and all of your neighbours and the whole human family, not only for this afternoon, but for all the time to come. Buin Chanavas an lá, míle buicas.